Hi, my name is Emily Burris. I'm a student at TCU. I'm in the class Introduction to Native American Literatures, and my professor is Dr. Fuentes. For my video project, I'm going to be going over Season 1, Episode 1, from Reservation Dogs. So here's the rundown. The episode starts off by introducing us to 4 native teens who all live on a reservation: Bear, Alora, Willie Jack, and Cheese. The 4 take over and steal a food truck from a truck driver that has a bunch of chips in it. They end up driving it to a junkyard ran by meth heads, as they claim. They end up selling the truck and getting a good amount of cash for it, but keep the chips. The 4 end up selling the chips outside of Bear's yard to a bunch of their neighbors. The reservation policeman, Big, comes up to them, asking if they know anything about a stolen truck. He claims that there are more odd crimes happening, such as stolen cars from just the other week, people ripping out copper from street lamps, stealing steaks from a grocery store, stealing edibles from an old woman, and graffiti. Of course, the 4 teens are the ones committing these crimes, but they tell Big that they don't know what he's talking about. The 4 teens are committing all these crimes because they're trying to save up money so that they can leave the reservation. As they're on a walk, Alora says that they could even leave as soon as 2 months to go to California. As our main characters are on their walk, another group of 4 teens comes by in a car, shooting them all with paintball guns. Bear ends up getting knocked out by the paintball guns, and as he's on the ground, visions his ancestor. His ancestor says, "Looks as though you've tasted the white man's lead. Many brothers and sisters have met the same fate in my time." Bear asks the man if he's Crazy Horse or Sitting Bull, where the ancestor then replies, "No, I'm not one of those awesome guys. I'm an unknown warrior, William Knife Man." He says that he is meant to travel the spirit world and find lost souls like Bear's. He asks Bear what him and his friends are doing for their people, saying, "It's easy to be bad, it is hard to be a warrior with dignity. In my time, we gave everything. We died for our people. We died for our land. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fight for?" Right after Bear's friends wake him up, Mies and Miko, 2 guys who live on the reservation, come by. They say that the leader of the gang, Jackie, is new to the reservation and had a gang in the city, and that she is now creating another gang in the reservation. Jackie's gang asked Mies and Miko if they knew who the toughest in town was, which they then responded, "The reservation bandits," referring to Bear and his friends. The 4 then go to a gas station where they eat a lot of catfish. The same truck driver that they stole from comes in and tells the worker his tragic story. He says that after the truck got stolen from him, his job fired him, which his wife then left him for, and is now bankrupt and has no food. The 4 teens overhear this, and in particularly Bear feels extremely guilty about it. The truck driver then leaves, and Bear asks the others if they feel bad, feeling guilty for the crimes that they've done and ruining the truck driver's life, asking, "What if we're the bad guys here?" and suggests giving the money back to the truck driver. The others, but more specifically Alora, think he's crazy, saying, "Who cares, it's dog eat dog here, they got the money fair and square, and that they're not giving shit back." Bear says that seeing how messed up everyone's life here is making him think that they are the bad guys, and asks, "What about Daniel?" Alora responds by saying that's why he's gone, because this place killed him. "I'm not letting it kill me, I'm getting the F out with or without y'all." The next morning, Alora visits Bear at his window with a peace offering of one of Willie Jack's meat pies, saying that she's not mad at Bear, and that she had brought her cut of the money so that they could go back to the junkyard and try and rebuy the truck that they stole, to then give to the truck driver so that he could get his life back. Bear's excited by this idea, so they go to the junkyard, but there's barely any truck left, so they cannot rebuy it. It then switches to the 4 all dressed in black suits, performing a traditional ritual in memoriam of their deceased friend Daniel, who died just a year ago. They place different meaningful items next to his picture, tearing up, saying that they miss him and love. As they're walking back from the memorial, Mies and Miko come by, saying that Jackie's Mafia has officially declared war with the Res Dogs, the reservation bandits' new name, as they didn't like the old one. Alora kind of freaks out, suggesting that they should just pool all of their money together and get out sooner than 2 months. Bear calms the group down by saying they're not going to let them run them out, that they need to protect their homes and to protect this place. Bear decides that the group will be vigilantes and not criminals. This, along with the new name Res Dogs, motivates the group to not run away from the new gang. This episode and the entire series portrays Native culture through a combination of modern adolescent Indigenous experiences and traditional values and beliefs of Natives. Bear has a vision of one of his ancestors and contemplates his morals. Values and how Native Americans live their lives morally has been a huge part of their culture, and talking with the ancestors is another tradition they have honored for many generations. Also, at one point in the episode, the four main characters come together to have a traditional ritual in memoriam of their friend who has passed. This series also aids in decolonization by giving Native Americans more of a voice in mainstream media, breaking down stereotypes and giving a more accurate representation of young Indigenous lives within a reservation. To begin, almost the entire cast of Reservation Dogs is Indigenous, most accurately acting as their Indigenous characters, whereas in film history, many Indigenous characters were played by white actors, coining the term redface. Not only are the majority of actors Indigenous, but the show is written, created, and directed by Indigenous people. The show's whole narrative and perspective is centered in Native life on a reservation and depicts modern life. Almost all Native American people in mainstream media that we've been exposed to portray Native Americans as people from the past, not giving any accurate representation of them as modern people in our society. The characters in this episode also complain about where they live many times, saying they want to get out of this place and that they're not going to let it kill them. This is due to the colonization of their ancestors, as Bear's ancestor kind of hinted at, and the continuous problems in the system, an issue many of us don't even realize is an issue. This episode and series is an example of the future imaginary, as the characters are extremely motivated to escape their reservation and go to California for a better life, doing crimes in order to get money and trying to save up for a bigger goal. The group has ambition to keep trying and hopefully make it out of the system they feel trapped in to carve a new, higher opportunity path for themselves. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this gave some insight into the Season 1, Episode 1 of Reservation Dogs.